Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, where the Dordt defenders face the Northwestern Red Raiders in Great Plains Athletic Conference men's basketball action. And before we get into the men's, let's take a look at scores in women's play. Hastings was a 61-48 winner. So that one's a final. Hastings with the victory in women's play, 61-48. It was Morningside and Briarcliff women playing. And that final disappeared on me, but Briarcliff won it. Concordia over Mount Marty, 91-48. So Concordia back to their winning ways with a big win today over Mount Marty. It was Jamestown over Valley City State, 64-43. And Dakota Wesleyan a 77-57 winner over Bellevue in non-conference play. That'll be Dordt's next opponent, the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. And it was Doane over the College of St. Mary, 90-68. 90-68 the final. Doane defeats the College of St. Mary by 22 in women's play. We'll scratch out the conference standings and all that kind of good stuff for the women in just a little bit, but let's take a look at the men's contest first of all now. For the Defender men, they're 9-2 overall. They have wins to start the year over Mayville State, Valley City State, Dakota State, Viterbo, and IU East. Then lost to Morningside and Concordia on back-to-back dates. Turned around, beat Briarcliff on the road by 13. Handled Oak Hills Christian and Governor State, and beat Midland with a 94-93 decision on Saturday. For Northwestern, they started the year with a loss to Valley City State, a win over Mayville, also a win over IU East and Viterbo, lost to Doane 101-90 in Crete, and then beat Midland 80-71, dropped Governor State and Oak Hills Christian and Briarcliff in a row. And that's how they have arrived at this point with a 7-3 mark, 2-2 in the conference. Northwestern's averaging 84 points a game, giving up 76. They have shot 48% from the field as a team. They've converted 42%, or pardon me, opponents have converted 42%. Three-point field goal shooting, they've made 38%. Opponents make 33%. They out-rebound teams 40-36. They turn it over 13 times a game and force 11 turnovers per game. They're led by Dylan Carlson's 19.2 points per game. Craig Sturck has 15 points and 7 rebounds per contest, also to lead Northwestern. For Dordt, they are averaging 97 points a game, giving up 78. They convert 55% from the floor. They allow 44% success. They have converted 43% from the three-point line. They allow 32% shooting from the three-point line. They out-rebound teams 40-33. They turn it over 12 times a game. They give it up 10 times per contest. Jacob Viss is averaging a team-high 18.1 points per game. Bryce Kopic scores 16.8 points per outing. Cade Bleeker and Lucas Lorenzen are at 14.3 and 12.5 points per game, respectively. Jackson Lusher coming off of the bench for 11.1 points per game, and Luke Rankin averages 6.7 assists per contest. You're listening to KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the starting lineups for today's contest right after this 2-minute timeout.
Two weeks ago, police got a report of a missing person. A week ago, another body turned up. And then just 4 days ago, a third body showed up.
How has the town reacted?
Oh, we're terrified.
What if it really was the killer that sent you this?
I know it seems sketchy, but
Liz, you'll get yourself killed out there.
Some people say life is just a series of events, a long line of happy accidents just falling into place. But we see it a little differently here at Dordt. We work hard to bring out the best in you. We push you to strive for the bright future God has planned for you. Now is the time to bring your passion to life here at Dordt. Be part of something special.
Hi, I'm Derek Coops. I'm a senior here. I'm from Sioux Center, Iowa, and I love working at the Dordt Media Network because it's a lot of fun working with everyone and watching all the sports games. Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Hi, I'm Nathan Sulaiman. I'm from Singapore, and one thing I love about the Dordt Media Network is that it is always a good time on the job. Shout out to my mom, my dad, my fiance who's probably watching this. Thank you for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Hi, I'm Glory Wrights from Neosho, Missouri. I love working for Dordt Media Network because I get to work with an awesome crew of people and spend the weekends learning to push myself in camera work and directing. Thank you for watching the Dordt Media Network.
You are listening to KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network as the Dordt defenders get set to face Northwestern. And down on the court you see right now the 500 career wins for Coach Brian Van Haften being recognized at midcourt. There he is with the coaching staff and with Ross Dalma. Here now are your starting lineups. Ross Dalma, the Director of Athletics at Dordt University. Here's your starting lineup. First of all, for Northwestern, the visitors on the scoreboard. Number 3 is Connor Geddes, a 6'3 sophomore from Harrisburg, averaging 8.9 points per game. Dylan Carlson is a 6'2 senior from Ankeny, averaging 19.2 points per game. Number 14 is Grant DeMolinaire, a 6'1 senior from Altoona, Iowa, averaging 4 points per game. Number 24 is Craig Sturck, a 6'7 junior from McBain, Michigan, averaging 15 points per outing. And Matt Onken is a 6'5 junior from Marshall, Minnesota, averaging 10.2 points per game. Off of the bench, Caleb Booth is a 6'5 freshman from Carroll, averaging 7.5 points per game. Zach Lefebvre is a 6'5 junior from Elkhorn, Nebraska, averaging 4.6 points per game. And Keaton Mosher is a 6'2 junior from Hull, averaging 4 points per contest off of the bench. For the defenders, they will start Luke Rankin, a 5'10 sophomore from Grimes, Iowa. He is averaging 6.6 points, 6.7 rebounds. 6.7 assists. Rankin is a 5'10 sophomore from Grimes. Bryce Kopic is a 5'11 junior from Hayward, averaging 16.8 points per game. He's the newest 1,000-point club member. He's got 1,020 after his 22 points on Saturday in the win over Midland. Cade Bleeker is a 6'5 senior from Sioux Center, averaging 14.3 points per game. Lucas Lorenzen is a 6'3 freshman from Milford, Iowa, averaging 12.5 points per game. And Jacob Viss wears number 34. He is a 6'7 senior from Rock Valley, averaging 18.1 points per game. Off of the bench, Trey Highnote's a 5'11 senior from Jefferson, Iowa, averaging 2.6 points per game. Jackson Lee is a 6'2 senior from Chandler, Arizona, averaging 2.9 points per game. Jackson Lusher is a 6'3 junior from Paulina, averaging 11.1 points per game. Camden Beelis, 6'9 senior, Parker, South Dakota, 5.5 points per outing. Ben Fairclaw is a 6'9 sophomore from Perth, Australia, averaging 2.6 points per game. Dordt controls the opening tap. With the basketball is Luke Rankin. Rankin over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lorenzen gets the return pass. Right side it goes. Down low into the block for Viss. 10 to shoot for the defenders. Lorenzen off the dribble. Pull up from 17. No good. And the rebound is taken away by Craig Sturck. So Sturck will bring the basketball up the floor. Hands it off to DeMolinaire. DeMolinaire with the basketball. Carlson. Right side it goes. Now it's Onken. Onken guarded there by Viss. Onken trying to back his way in, fading away from 10. No good. Rebound cleared. Lorenzen. Here comes Dordt into the front court with the basketball. Rankin. Rankin right side of Lorenzen. Lorenzen dumps it into the post to Viss. Viss going to work. And Jacob Viss in traffic. His shot no good. And the rebound taken away by Craig Sturck. DeMolinaire will bring it up the floor. DeMolinaire with the basketball. DeMolinaire with it on the wing, 20 seconds to shoot. Northwestern with a basketball, working it up. This is Sturck in between the circles. Sturck gives it to Geddes. Geddes to Onken. Onken into the lane. Spin move, left hand, no good. And the rebound cleared by the defenders. Rankin, right side Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic, Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Viss. Viss with the basketball. Dordt in their gold jerseys. Black piping on the sideline. They get it back over to Bleeker. Bleeker to Lorenzen. Lorenzen puts it on the deck, working in against Onken. Right back out front it goes to Viss. Viss, three straight on, missed it too strong. And the rebound is controlled by Northwestern. So Northwestern with the basketball. Raiders have it. Carlson passes to Onken. Onken to Geddes. Geddes with the basketball. Geddes to Onken. Onken at the free throw line. Carlson. Carlson drops it in for Onken. 10 to shoot. Onken sizing up Jacob Viss. And he's got a travel called against Matt Onken. So Onken whistled for the steps. Dordt gets the basketball back. And bringing the ball into the front court will be Luke Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. We're scoreless, nearly 2.5 into the contest. Rankin with it out front, goes to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Viss. Viss for the basketball, comes back over Rankin. Rankin, throw it down low. This is Kopic giving it to Viss. Viss, a little bully ball, and Jacob Viss backing his way in. 2-point basket for Jake Viss, the senior from Rock Valley, and here comes Northwestern back the other way. Straight on three for Geddes. Geddes, three-pointer, good. Connor Geddes with the three-point bucket. Northwestern leads 3-2. Back out front it comes Lorenzen. Lorenzen in traffic. Up strong, hangs in the air, and he gets the 2-point basket to go. Dordt leads 4-3. Back the other way, Matt Onken with the slam dunk. Matt Onken as Northwestern beats Dordt down the floor, beating the defenders at their own game. Rankin driving in, and he is fouled on the play by Geddes. Connor Geddes, a sophomore from Harrisburg, South Dakota, called for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. Luke Rankin will inbound the basketball. Left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Rankin gets the ball inbounded to Kopic. Kopic with the ball. Kopic off balance, and it's taken away by Northwestern. Northwestern with the basketball. DeMolinaire. DeMolinaire leads Geddes. Throws it into the corner. Carlson. Carlson three, no good. Rebound Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Doesn't have the numbers. Holds it up at the top of the key. Hesitates. Stops on the right elbow. Looking for someone to pass to. Throws it back to Kopic. Kopic gives it up to Bleeker. Bleeker to Viss. Viss with the basketball on the right-hand side. Viss to Kopic. Kopic gets a screen. Kopic, 10-footer. Can't get it to go. And the rebound taken away by Northwestern. Well, the cold shooting by the women's team for both squads spilling over into the men's contest so far. Well, the basketball is Carlson. Carlson steps inside the three-point line. He'll step back, put up a three, and hit it. Dylan Carlson with the three. And the defenders trail 8-4. Into the corner, Kopic. Kopic underneath Viss. Viss in traffic. His shot good. Jacob Viss with a 2-point bucket. Dordt trails 8-6. 8-6. Nearly picked off. Lorenzen trying to get into the passing lane, and Sturck travels with it as he comes to a stop. Turnover back to the Dordt defenders. So Viss inbounds the basketball to Luke Rankin. Rankin will bring it up the floor. Rankin with it on the right-hand side. Passes back over to Kopic. Dordt down 2 early, 8-6. Comes back over to Rankin. Rankin at the free throw line. Pulls up for 15 off the heel, too strong, no good. And Sturck gathers in the rebound. Here comes Northwestern with the basketball. Carlson. Carlson with it. Carlson on the deck against Rankin. Pulls up from 15, passes back to Onken. Now gets the return pass. Carlson back to Onken. Onken at the free throw line, reverses course, and he loses it momentarily. Now taps it to regain control. Sturck will put up a three, missed, no good. Rebound defenders, up the floor it goes. Bleeker Head fake, drives in, gets the shot to go, and Cade will go to the free throw line to try and unlock the 8-8 tie. 8-8 our score. Lusher, Belis, High Note all checking in for Northwestern. They're countering with Booth and Mosier. Onken checks out of the ball game, as does DeMolinaire for Northwestern. For Dordt, checking out Viss, Lorenzen, and Rankin. 8-8 our score. Bleeker, free throw, left it short, no good. We're tied. Our first tie of the ball game, 8-8. Northwestern has the basketball. Bringing it up is Booth. Booth gets the return pass on the wing. Ball deflected out, taken away by Lusher. Lusher with a steal. Lusher on the run. Jackson feeds it over to Cade Bleeker. Out front, Belis. Belis comes back to Kopic. Kopic spin move. Man up in the air. Now throws it back over to Bleeker. Cade back to Bryce. Bryce three. Right wing missed it. Long, no good. Off the heel. Rebound taken away by Northwestern. Coming up the floor with it is Geddes. Geddes driving in. Geddes blocked by Bleeker. Rebound Kopic. Kopic up the floor. Bryce has it on the left-hand side. Picks up his dribble. Comes over to High Note. High Note to Bleeker. Bleeker with the basketball. Belis. Camden puts it on the floor one time. Back to High Note. High Note loses it. Picks it back up. 15 to shoot. High Note back to Belis. Belis trying to come back with a left hand. Guarded hard there by Mosier. Belis, hook shot in the lane, no good. Rebound deflected and picked up by Northwestern. Northwestern with the basketball. Booth. Booth guarded there by Kopic. Caleb Booth, a freshman from Carroll, Iowa. They throw it to Mosier. Mosier on the right wing, and we've got a foul away from the basketball. Foul charge to the defenders and Jackson Lusher. Lusher whistled for foul number 1. And shooting, Dordt will defend as Northwestern inbounds. Booth looking down low for Stirk. Instead comes back out front to Geddes. Geddes to Carlson. Carlson pull up, 17-footer, missed it, no good. Here comes Dordt. Dordt with the basketball. Kopic. Kopic with it on the right-hand side. Crosses over, drives into the lane, puts it up, hangs in the air, and gets the two-pointer to go. Bryce Kopic with his first field goal. Dordt with a 10-8 lead. 6 unanswered by the defenders. Back it goes out front. Dordt with a 10-8 lead. 12:44 and counting. Geddes looking for Booth. Instead comes right side. Stirk. Stirk puts it on the deck. Dordt brings a double. Carlson driving in. Carlson back over to Mosier. Mosier with a lay-in. Keaton Mosier with a 2-point bucket, ties it at 10-10. Lusher with the basketball. Lusher out front. Belis. Belis with it on the wing. Belis back over to Bleeker. Bleeker on the right-hand side. Comes back to Bleeker. Bleeker cut off. Tries to shovel it back over to Belis, and it's taken away by Stirk. So Stirk stuck his hand in there and comes away with a steal. Booth will bring it up the floor. We're tied 10-10, 12:03 remaining in the first half. Mosier with it well out on the floor. Mosier, right side Carlson. Carlson three, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Coming up with it is High Note. High Note into the front court. Belis gives it back over to Kopic. Bryce has it on the right wing, cut off by Booth. Bryce into the lane. Kick out pass. Corner three. High Note good. Trey High Note with the triple. He's the 5th player to score for the defenders. Dordt leads 13-10. 13-10. Northwestern calling for a set play from the bench. That's Coach Chris Korver. And a charging foul called on Booth as Bryce Kopic beat him to the spot on the penetration. And the Dordt defenders will inbound the basketball. Craig Stirk will check out of the ball game. Dylan Carlson checks out as well. DeMolinaire is in and Onken is back in. This Northwestern team will play 3, maybe 4 players off of the bench. Haven't seen Zach Lefebvre yet. With it out front, and as I say it, he pops off of the bench. He'll be checking in at the next dead ball for Northwestern. Lusher in the lane, a little floater, no good as it skips out. Trying to go with that little right-handed floater from about 8 feet. Booth out front, Onken. Onken guarded by Highnote. Pass comes left side back to Booth. Booth puts it on the deck. Right side Mosier. Mosier with it. Ben Fairclaw in the ball game as well for the defenders, and getting the 2-point shot is Connor Gaddis. Gaddis with 5. Dordt leads 13-12. 13-12 our score. Fairclaw to Belis. Belis left side Highnote. Highnote back to Belis on the block. Left side as we face the hoop. Belis, left-handed hook over the top of Mosier, and Camden Belis with a 2-point bucket. It's 15-12 defenders. Belis with his first basket. Dordt up by 3. Out front with it is Booth. Booth guarded there by Highnote. Comes back right side to Molinare. Back to Geddes. Geddes 3, missed, no good. Rebound Highnote, gets it away to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, doesn't have anyone open in transition. Luke stops, puts up the 15-footer, left elbow, good. Luke Rankin with a 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 17-12, a 5-point advantage for the defenders. Geddes with the basket, I beg your pardon, this is Booth with the basketball. Booth gives it off to Geddes. Geddes to Molinare. To Molinare, Mosier. Mosier 3, misses, no good, too strong. Rebound back out front. Onken. Onken will set himself. His 3 is up and good. They left him all by himself, and he knocks it down. He's got 5. Defenders did not get out to match up with Onken, and Onken knocks down a horse shot. Rankin is going to be called for a carry. And Northwestern forces a turnover. Dordt with a 17-15 lead. High dribble, and Doug Vatava says got his hand under it. So the carry whistled against the defenders. Northwestern has the basketball. 9:15 left to play in the half. Shot in the lane, no good. Rebound cleared by Fairclaw. Ben with the basketball, gets it away. Rankin. Rankin over to Lusher. Lusher on the right-hand side. Lusher to Fairclaw. Fairclaw to Viss. Viss with it in between the circles. Left side Rankin. Rankin 3, no good. Rebound cleared by Viss. Viss right side Highnote. Gives it back to Highnote. Highnote driving in right side. Through the lane, comes back out front to Rankin. 10 to shoot for the defenders. Rankin with it on the right-hand side. Luke with the basketball. Luke stops, pops, 12-footer, in and out, no good. And the rebound is tapped out of bounds. Last touched by Jackson Lusher for the defenders. It'll be Northwestern basketball. Lucas Lorenzen checking back into the game for the defenders. Jackson Lusher checks out. 8:30 and counting, first half. Left side pass to Molinare. Molinare throws it into the corner. Carlson for the lead. Missed it, no good. And the rebound cleared by Fairclaw. Fairclaw with the basketball. Rankin. Rankin the trailer. Lorenzen. Lorenzen transition 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen with the 3. Dordt leads 20-15 off the assist from Rankin. Pass goes left side. Onken. Onken hands it back to Carlson. Carlson back to Onken. Onken driving in, and he's going to be called for steps. So travel on Onken as he shuffled his feet as he came to a stop. The defenders with a 5-point lead. (20-15) our score. Fairclaw will bring the basketball up the floor. Fairclaw over to Rankin. Rankin walks it up, now shuffles it up. Pass over to Viss. Viss gives it to Kopic. Kopic guarded on the play by Carlson. Throw it down low, Viss. Viss against Sturck. Back out front, Fairclaw. Fairclaw hands it back to Viss. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock, now 6. Viss, three-pointer, good. Jacob Viss with 7, and the defenders extend the lead to 8, 23-15. DeMolinaire with the basketball out front. Grant DeMolinaire with the basketball, gives it up right side, Sturck. Sturck to Carlson. Carlson shot no good, but a foul on the play called on Luke Rankin. And Dylan Carlson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 as he was fouled in the act of shooting. Carlson Grew up in Orange City, the son of longtime men's basketball assistant Brant Carlson at Northwestern. Brant ended up at Ankeny High School. Dylan attended high school there, played for him. Went on to play some junior college basketball, spent time at Drury last year. That's an NCAA Division II school in Missouri. And he makes one of 2 free throws. He's got 4 points. Makes it a 7-point ball game and is now attending Northwestern. I believe he's got 2 years of eligibility remaining. Well, 1 year after this year if he decides to use it. Zach Lefebvre trying to get into the passing lane, and the junior from Elkhorn, Nebraska, called for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. Team foul number 4 on Northwestern. So Dordt with the basketball, leading by 7, 23-16. Right side it goes to Lorenzen. Lorenzen back over to Rankin, 10 to shoot. Comes back to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Bryce in traffic, and he's stripped on the way up. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Northwestern. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Northwestern on defense. Throwing the ball in will be Rankin to Kopic. Kopic, step back triple, good. Bryce Kopic with 5, and the defender lead is 10. 26-16, 6:38 remaining. First half of play, Dordt extending the lead to 10 for the first time. Backdoor cut, Carlson, and it's blocked by Fairclaw. Rebound, Rankin. Rankin, Kopic, transition 3, too strong, no good. Rebound, Viss. Viss out front, Fairclaw. Benny, 3, good. Ben Fairclaw with the 3-point bucket, and the Dordt defenders lead by a baker's dozen, 29-16. And Northwestern wants a timeout. Timeout on the floor, charged to the Red Raiders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University and sponsored by Sioux Center Health Therapy, partnering with Dordt University to provide quality care to all athletes. Sioux Center Health Therapy. And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Dordt with a 29-16 lead. The defenders right now on a 12-1 run, extending what was a 17-15 advantage up to 29-16 currently. Out of the timeout, ball tapped and taken away by Kopic. Kopic against Demolinaire. Kopic straight on, his shot no good, but there for the rebound and the putback, Jacob Viss. Viss with 9 first half points. That was created by the mayhem that Bryce Kopic got going with a steal and a basket, and Dordt crashed the offensive glass. Demolinaire driving in, and we've got a foul from behind called on the defenders. Who's it going to go on? It's going to go on Bryce Kopic. That's number 1 on Bryce, number 3 on the team. Northwestern with 4 team fouls thus far. Neither team close to the bonus at this point. Dordt with a 15-point lead. Throwing the ball in will be Demolinaire from Altoona, Iowa, the 5th-year senior. Grant Demolinaire with it on the left-hand side. Demolinaire looking down low for Sturck. Sturck, reverse layup, good. Craig Sturck, 1,000-point scorer. 31-18, Dordt by 13. Lorenzen to Viss, Viss to Rankin. Rankin out front with it, 5.5 to go. Lorenzen sizes it up, 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Northwestern and a chance to cut into the lead. Dylan Carlson hands it back over to Grant Demolinaire. Demolinaire with it on the right-hand side. DeMolinaire gets it back around the home horn. Carlson with the basketball, gives it up. Stirk, shot no good. Stirk there for the offensive rebound and stick back. And Craig Stirk with the 2-point basket. So the 2-point basket up and down for Stirk. And here comes Dordt with the basketball, leading by 11. 31-20. And Luke Rankin answers with a 3-point basket of his own. Luke with his second field goal tonight. And he's got a 5-point advantage. Northwestern basketball, they pass it to Onken. Onken against Viss. His shot in the lane is good. Matt Onken with 7. And the defender lead is 34-22. Rankin driving in, and he is bumped on the play by Dylan Carlson. Carlson whistled for the personal. That's his first. And the defenders will inbound underneath the basket. And throwing the ball in now will be Luke Rankin. Rankin to Lorenzen. Lorenzen up in the post. And Lorenzen now with 7. Dordt leads 36-22. 36-22 our score. Shot on the way by Booth. Missed it, no good. And the rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Here comes Dordt in transition. Bleeker off the bounce. Pull up, 12, no good. Rebound tapped out, controlled by Stirk. Here comes Northwestern. Stirk into the front court. Stirk will drive in, and Stirk throws it down. Craig Stirk with the 2-point bucket. He's got 4, and the defender lead is 36-24. 3:38 remaining. Beelis with it out front. Comes back to Kopic. Kopic comes to a stop. Back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, 15 to shoot for the defenders. Goes back over to Kopic. Kopic floats it up from 15. It's good. Bryce Kopic with 7. Dordt leads 38-24 as we approach the 3-minute mark. Shot on the way, no good by Carlson. Rebound defenders, Kopic. Kopic to Bleeker. Beelis comes down with it. Camden lost it, and it's picked up by Onken. Here comes Carlson. Carlson driving in. Carlson scoops it up. Right hand shot, no good. And Craig Stirk commits the personal foul. Craig Stirk whistled for the personal foul. And that's foul number 1 on him. Dordt leading by 14, and Stirk will check out of the ball game. With it on the right-hand side, this is Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, comes back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen driving in, too strong with the left hand. And the rebound is cleared by Northwestern. Here comes Mosier. Mosier right side Lefebvre. Lefebvre with the basketball, picks up the dribble. Lefebvre comes back out front. Onken. Onken gives it up. Geddes. Geddes to Booth. Booth to Geddes. Geddes down into the corner. Cut off by Rankin on the defense. 13 to shoot, now 12. 2:22 left to go in the half. Northwestern with the basketball. Northwestern gives it up. On the left-hand side it goes. Geddes. Geddes spin move. Shot no good. And who's the foul going to go against? We're going to call that one on Ben. Camden Beelis got called for the personal. So Lusher checks into the game. We'll get, he's in for Rankin right now. 2:10 remaining, so Kopic will run point. Shot by Geddes, a 3, good. Connor Geddes with 8. He struggled here at the Thanksgiving Classic for Northwestern. Never really got going on offense, but here tonight has 8 first half points, does Connor Geddes. Lorenzen passes high post to Beelis. Dordt with it, up by 11. Throw it into the corner. Kopic, guarded by Lefebvre. Kopic trying to play a 2-man game, and it's stripped away by Booth. Booth comes up with a turnover. Booth into the front court against Kopic. Still has his dribble. Throws it right side Mosier. 90 seconds left to go in the half. They give it down low, Lefebvre. Lefebvre to Mosier. Mosier working his way in. Hook shot in the lane is good. Keaton Mosier with a 2-point bucket makes it a 9-point ball game, 38-29, and Northwestern fighting back, trying to make it a manageable difference at halftime. So we have a timeout on the floor, charged to the defenders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. We'll be back with more from the DeWitt in 30 seconds.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Furniture Mart. Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, window treatments at your local Furniture Mart, family owned and located downtown Sioux Center.
Throwing the ball in will be Jacob Viss. Viss gets it into Luke Rankin as we approach the 1-minute mark of the first half. Jackson Lusher with the basketball. Lusher puts it up in traffic. His shot no good, and Northwestern now with a chance to cut into the 9-point lead. 1 minute left to go in the half. Lefebvre backing his way in, throws it into the corner. Geddes, 3, good. Connor Geddes with 11. He's averaging 8.9 points per game. And the Raiders have cut it down to a 6-point ball game, 38-32. Dordt with a chance to answer here. Kopic on the right-hand side. Kopic looking to pass, gets it into Viss. Jacob. It's going to be called for a double dribble. So Viss called for a double dribble. It appeared Northwestern dug down on the double team. Fans thought that ball was deflected by a Northwestern player. Northwestern with the basketball after the turnover. Booth to Geddes. Geddes, a 3, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Lusher, and Dordt will hold for the final shot of the half. It'll be Dordt holding for the final shot of the half. Rankin guarded by Lefebvre. 3 seconds. 2. And Rankin shot at the horn is good. 2-point bucket by Luke Rankin. He's got 8. And the defenders take a 40-32 lead into the halftime break. You're listening to the Dordt Media Network and KIHK. Let's take a 1-minute break, just a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with more at halftime right after this.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
We're at halftime, and the Dordt defenders lead the Northwestern Red Raiders at halftime of this men's GPAC basketball game, 40-32. And we will be entertained at halftime by the Dordt dance team as we normally are at halftime of the men's basketball game. Now, this coming Saturday, there will be a little bit of a change for those of you looking to attend. We will have a recognition of the men's national championship cross-country team from Dordt. They'll be recognized for that accomplishment at halftime of the men's contest this Saturday, and that'll happen at approximately 4:15, 4:20, right in there. That's if we get started with our men's basketball game at the scheduled 3:45 start time. So that's coming up on Saturday. Plan accordingly if you are if you want to make it out for the recognition of that contest. A couple of big games this weekend for the Defenders. This week, I should say. Obviously, the rivalry game with Northwestern, and Dordt Northwestern, you don't need to say much more than that, and that gets people's blood pumping. And this weekend, Dordt will take on Dakota Wesleyan here at the DeWitt Gym as well. And next, Northwestern is scheduled to face Morningside, so they're taking on a rival on Saturday as well. We're being entertained at halftime of this men's contest. We will hold off on the numbers. The rest of this week in terms of Dordt athletics, the Defender hockey team is playing on Friday night. That'll be a 7 o'clock face-off against UNO. And then Saturday afternoon, we've got women's and men's basketball beginning at 2 o'clock. On Saturday, Dordt versus Dakota Wesleyan. You'll hear those games on the Dordt Media Network and KIHK, those basketball games this Saturday. Hockey team will be playing on Saturday as well. That'll be a 1 o'clock face-off over at the All-Season Center and the Vernon Arena. And Dordt concludes first semester competitions 1 week from tomorrow when the Defenders travel to Yankton, South Dakota to take on the Mount Marty Lancers in GPAC women's and men's basketball to bring the first semester to a close. Let's take a break and we'll be back with a recap of the first half and a look at the numbers, all that good stuff. All that comes up right after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Dordt Media Network and basketball on the Dordt Media Network and KIHK. Back with more in 2 minutes.
Hello, fans of Defender Sports. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a friend or family member of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. These players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But going into each and every game, there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has, and that's a game plan. If these players and coaches are willing to put this much time into planning for a game, how much more important is putting together a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, but if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, we've been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things more important than finances, while being good stewards of the resources God has entrusted to their care. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media. Check out our podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or your favorite podcast app, or schedule a complimentary meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money.
Family, farm, business, community. People's Bank, where values matter.
Dordt with a 40-32 lead at halftime of this men's basketball game. Let's roll the highlights as we talk about the first half of action. The Northwestern Red Raiders got out to an early lead of 8-4. Got a slam dunk early from Matt Onken to help that. Onken with 7 points at halftime. Dordt got a transition three. They got a little bit going from the perimeter. Lucas Lorenzen knocked down a three. Ben Fairclaw with a three. And that at the time extended the difference up to 14, I believe. That was 34-20 after the Ben Fairclaw three-point basket. Northwestern would steadily work their way back in, and Craig Sturck got a lane to the hoop. He threw it down for one of his 2 first-half field goals. And to close out the half, it was Luke Rankin knocking down a shot as time expired. 40-32, our score at halftime. The defenders unofficially 17 of 33 from the floor, 52%. 6 of 11 on threes, 55%. Got to the free throw line once, missed it. Northwestern 13 of 31 from the floor, 42%. 5 of 14 on threes, 36%. 1 for 2 on free throws. Dordt with a slight 18-17 rebounding edge. Turnovers, Northwestern with 6, Dordt with 6. The defenders are led by Jacob Viss's 9 points. Connor Geddes has 11 to lead Northwestern. We'll be back with a look at the individual numbers for both teams right after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner & Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
And sponsored by Sioux Center Health Therapy, partnering with Dordt University to provide quality care to all athletes. Sioux Center Health Therapy.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner & Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Here we live between big city and small town, but we don't do anything halfway. We play in a community that's safe for families while providing our kids big city opportunities. We work in a place proud of its rural history that's already writing its future in science and technology. This is a place where we love our neighbors and where a small town is more like a big family. Sioux Center, live life in the middle of everything.
First half numbers look like this for the defenders. First of all, 9 points for Jacob Viss on 4 of 6 shooting from the floor. 7 points each for Lucas Lorenzen, Bryce Kopic, and Luke Rankin. Lorenzen 3 of 6, Kopic 3 of 7, Rankin 3 of 6. All of those tabulating out to 7 points. Each had one made three-pointer. Cade Bleeker with a couple of points. He only took 2 shots from the floor. 3 for Trey Highnote on a corner 3. Ben Fairclaw with 3. Camden Belis with 2. For Northwestern, Connor Geddes with 11. 7 for Matt Onken. 6 for Craig Sturck. 4 for Dylan Carlson. 4 for Keaton Mosier for their total of 32. The defenders led by Jacob Viss on the boards with 5, and they've got 6 other players with 2 rebounds each. Bryce Kopic with 3 assists, Jacob Viss and Luke Rankin with 2 each, and a steal for Bryce Kopic. For Northwestern, 7 rebounds for Craig Sturck, no one else with more than 2. Grant DeMolinaire has a couple of assists. Dordt leads Northwestern 40-32. We'll take a break and we'll be back with a look at the scores from around the conference. Halftime of the men's contests, finals for the women's games. We'll be back with all of that, plus the second half of our contest. Right after this, you're listening to KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Dordt with an 8-point lead at halftime, 40-32. Other men's basketball halftime scores: Concordia over Mount Marty, 39-30 at the half. Morningside leading Briar Cliff, 40-37 at halftime. Midland over Hastings at half, 36-32. And in non-conference play, Jamestown leading Valley City State, 43-35. Remind you that our pregame and postgame shows brought to you by Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. They're a sponsor all season long on these broadcasts. Women's basketball earlier tonight. Dordt won a hard-fought defensive struggle, 65-55 over Northwestern. That's what happens when two teams are so familiar with each other. Concordia 91-48 winner over Mount Marty. Briar Cliff winner over Morningside 76-54. Hastings down Midland 61-48. Jamestown a 64-43 winner in non-conference play over Valley City State. Dakota Wesleyan down to Bellevue 71-57. And it was Doane over the College of St. Mary in conference play 90-68. Second half underway. Gaddis with the basketball. Gaddis gives it off to DeMolinaire. DeMolinaire with it on the left wing. DeMolinaire gives it to Onken. Onken high off the glass, no good, over the top of Viss. Rebound taken away by the defenders, and Rankin. Rankin with the basketball out front. Luke has the basketball, gives it back over to Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen puts it up off the glass, too strong with the right hand. Rebound cleared by Northwestern. Dylan Carlson on the fly. Stops, retreats. Poked away by Rankin for the moment. Carlson regains control. Pass goes right side. Gives it over to Connor Gaddis. Gaddis with the basketball. Left side Carlson looking for the cut. Underneath for Gaddis. Gaddis back out to the perimeter for Onken. Ball taken away by Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin dribbles to the corner. Doesn't have the numbers. The trailer is Lorenzen. Lorenzen passes it back to Bleeker. Bleeker looking for Viss. They get it into Viss against Onken. Viss with the basketball trying to go to his right hand. He does off of the glass, good. Jacob Viss with 11. Dordt leads 42-32. So Jacob Viss with 11 points. Dordt leads by 10 again. They've led by as many as 16. Dylan Carlson, a step-through move. He's got 6, and it's 42-34. So Dordt still up by 8. Defenders for the basketball. Viss on the left-hand side, back to Bleeker. Bleeker at the free throw line. Bleeker comes back right side, Rankin. Rankin with the right hand. Rankin back out front, Jacob Viss. Viss hands it back to Kopic. 10 to shoot for the defenders. Bryce drives in, puts it up with the right hand, and it's off of the iron, no good. And here comes Northwestern. Northwestern with the basketball, 42-34, chance to cut into the 8-point lead. DeMolinaire straight on 3, no good. And a foul called on the rebound. That's going to go on Craig Sturck, and that's number 2 on Sturck. Craig Sturck graduated actually back in, what year would it be? Let's see, this would 22. He graduated in the spring of 21. Worked last year from my understanding. Now back and attending and seeking another degree at Northwestern. Actually has another year of eligibility remaining, I think, after this year. Jacob Viss, 3, no good. Rebound deflected. Lorenzen had his fingers on it. Northwestern comes away with it. DeMolinaire with the basketball. Left side it goes Carlson. Carlson in traffic. Kick out pass back to DeMolinaire. DeMolinaire back out front. Onken. Onken 3, good. Matt Onken with 10. And the Dordt lead is 42-37. 17-18 remaining in regulation. Jacob Viss with the basketball. He goes over to Luke Rankin. Rankin with it. Rankin in, fading away. 12-footer, missed it, no good. Tap by Lorenzen, no good. Here comes Onken. Onken to DeMolinaire. DeMolinaire with the basketball in deep. Pass back over to Geddes. Geddes, 3, good. Connor Geddes with the 3-point bucket. He's got 14. And the Dordt lead is 42-40. Rankin gives it back over to Jacob Viss. Viss with the ball on the right-hand side. Jacob back over to Rankin. Rankin with it. Rankin down to the baseline, cut off. The lefty throws it in for Viss. Viss against Sturck. They bring the double team. Kick out back to Rankin. Rankin 3, no good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Matt Onken. It'll be Dordt basketball. 16:32 left to go in the contest. Dordt with a 42-40 lead. Couple of threes by Northwestern, and they've trimmed it down to 2. After Dordt led by 10, they throw it in to Jacob Viss. Viss with the slam dunk, 44-40. Viss got free on the backside of that baseline out of bounds play. Geddes thought about a step back 3. Bleeker covers him. Comes back to Carlson. Carlson with the basketball. Carlson rubs off a screen. Throws it back to Onken. Onken, DeMolinaire. DeMolinaire right corner, Carlson. Carlson puts it up, and it's good. Dylan Carlson with the 3. He's got 9, and the defender lead is 44-43. Rankin, pull up, 12-footer, no good. Northwestern now with the basketball, shooting for their first lead since the early going. 15:50 left to play in the game. DeMolinaire with it on the right elbow. He'll put up a 15-footer. It's short, no good. And the rebound is controlled by the defenders and Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Bleeker. Bleeker, reverse layup, good. And Matt Onken gets called for a cheapie. Onken, moment of indecision, and ends up committing just a little ticky-tack foul on the drive on the baseline. Bleeker able to finish on the reverse layup, and he goes to the free throw line for a 3-point play opportunity. That's foul number 2 on Matt Onken. So Onken trying to make it a 4. Onken with his second foul. Bleeker with his second 3-point play opportunity. That time he cashes in on the free throw. Dordt is now 1 of 2 from the free throw line this evening. Northwestern also 1 of 2 so far. Carlson with the basketball. Dordt leading by 4. Onken throws it into Sturck. Sturck gives it up Booth. And Bryce Kopic got hung up on a screen. Caleb Booth with a 2-point bucket, averaging 7.5 points a game. Rankin has it on the right-hand side, hesitates, spins. Goes back out front to Kopic. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. They throw it inside for Viss. Viss puts it up and it's blocked by Stirk. Rebound Northwestern. Northwestern dump it down low to Onken. Onken back out front. Booth. Booth three. Missed. No good. Dordt with the basketball. Rankin brings it up. Luke stops. Fires it back out front. Cade. Three. Got it. 3-point basket by Cade Bleeker. He's got 8. And the defender lead is 50-45. Dordt with a 5-point lead. 14:30 left to go in regulation. Left side pass Stirk. Stirk to Onken. Onken Carlson. Carlson driving in. And Carlson right up at the rim. He gets the shot to go. And Dylan Carlson now with 12. And the Dordt lead is 50-47. There's a timeout on the floor. Charge to Northwestern. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym right after this.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And today's broadcast sponsored by Ployne Publishing. Quality printing from design to delivery.
(50-47), Dordt with a 3-point lead. Camden Beelis will throw the ball in to Trey Highnote. Bryce Kopic, Lucas Lorenzen, Cade Bleeker all on the floor for the defenders in their yellow jerseys. Northwestern. They pass it into Bleeker, and Dylan Carlson gets called for one as he's trying to deny the pass to Bleeker and gets whistled for a personal foul out on the wing. Neither of these teams terribly deep, so you don't want to give up cheap fouls. That one, probably one Carlson would like to have back, obviously. Sometimes you earn it. That one, not so much. Highnote floats one up from 10, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Kopic. Kopic with it on the left wing. Kopic back to Lorenzen, 10 to shoot. Lucas, 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen rises up and knocks down a 3. Dordt leads 53-47. So a 6-point lead for the defenders. Out front with it is Carlson trying to answer. Gives it to Onken. Onken on the elbow. Onken to Stirk. Stirk right side Geddes. Geddes Carlson. Carlson back to Stirk. Stirk comes back out front. This is Booth. Booth with the basketball driving in. Throws it into the corner. Carlson. Carlson out to the perimeter. Onken. Onken sets up. His right wing 3 is good. Onken with 13, and the defender lead is 53-50. Kopic with the basketball. Left side Highnote. Highnote gives it to Beelis. Beelis back over to Bleeker. Bleeker pull up. 12-footer. Missed it. Follows his own shot. Off of the glass. Good. Cade Bleeker with a 2-point bucket. Cade has 8 in the second half, 10 for the ball game. Dordt leading 55-50. Booth gets around the defensive player. Ball deflected, taken away by Highnote. Gets it ahead to Kopic. Kopic doesn't have the numbers. He's going to drive in anyhow. Lays it up, no good. Following it though is Cade Bleeker. Bleeker with a 2. He's got 10 in the second half. Dordt leads 57-50. Booth with the basketball. Gives it back over to Carlson. Carlson straight on. Guard. It's Stirk running interference for him out front. Right side with the basketball, driving in. They dump it down low for Stirk. Stirk against Lorenzen. Stirk in, off of the glass from straight on, good. Craig Stirk with 6. Dordt leads 57-52. 12 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in regulation. Dordt with the lead and the basketball. Left side it goes Lorenzen. Lorenzen pulls up, 15-footer off the mark, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Northwestern. Northwestern with the basketball, 2-possession difference right now. Stirk takes it in against Lorenzen, muscles it up, shot no good. Rebound put back no good, but Stirk is fouled on the play. And Craig Stirk will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul is charged to Camden Belis. And for Belis, that is number 2. Craig Stirk to the free throw line. He's a 79% free throw shooter. And the first free throw is up and through for Stirk. 7 for Stirk, 57-53. Another free throw on the way for Stirk. And this one's up and good as well. So Stirk makes them both. He's got 8. 57-54 our score. Dordt with the basketball, leading by 3. 11:39 and counting, ball game. Trey Highnote takes it across half court, gives it back to Belis. Dordt trying to make it a rare sweep in the series. Jackson Lusher in traffic, and Lusher draws the foul on Matt Onken. Lusher dribbled hard into the lane with the right hand. Went to that hook shot and got fouled. Onken whistled for his 3rd. And Jackson Lusher will go to the free throw line. He's a 70% free throw shooter, 7 of 10 this season. First one is up, in and out, no good. Need a little bit from Jackson tonight. Need something off of the bench. Second free throw is up and no good. Jackson misses them both. It's 57-54. Ben Fairclough had a 3 in the first half. Cam had a bucket in the first half. Trey Highnote had a 3 as well. Now Northwestern shooting for the tie. Instead, they settle for a 2. Geddes misses the pull-up jumper. Here comes Dordt in transition. Kopic. Kopic in between the circles out front. He stops, pops, 3, good. Bryce Kopic with the 3. He's got 10, and the defender lead is 60-54. Geddes with the basketball. He takes it across half court. 10:48 remaining in regulation. Geddes to Lefebvre. Lefebvre, Onken. Onken with it. Onken working his way in against Belis. Deflected by Lusher. Picked back up out front by Geddes. Booth will put up a 3. In and out, no good. There for the rebound, and the putback is Lefebvre. Lefebvre, 2-point basket. Lefebvre on the putback, 60-56 defenders. So Dordt unable to close it with a rebound, and Lefebvre with the 2-point bucket on the putback. Highnote goes baseline, and he's held on the play. Foul goes on Keaton Mosier. Mosier, a junior from Hull, undersized post player, 6'2". He draws his first personal foul. Dordt leading 60-56. 10:14 remaining in regulation. Throwing it in is Rankin. Rankin to Kopic. Kopic in the corner. Bryce has the basketball as we approach the midpoint of the second half. Lusher, spin move into the lane. Back out front, Rankin. Rankin 3-ball. Bubbles out, no good. That one was percolating and popped out. Looked like it was all the way down, and then they get into the front court. Lefebvre. Lefebvre, Carlson. Carlson 3, wing, good. Dylan Carlson with another 3 at 60-59. Dordt with a 1-point lead. Jackson Lusher passes it back to Rankin. Rankin to Belis. Belis, Kopic. Kopic 3, wing, good. Bryce Kopic with 13. And the defenders lead by 4 again, 63-59. Let's see if they can get a stop. 9:20 remaining. Mosier with the basketball, working in against Belis, comes back outside to Stirk. Stirk gives it up, Booth. Booth, nothing there, cut off. Stirk puts it on the deck, drives into the lane, puts it up, and it goes in. Grant Stirk with a 2, Craig Stirk that is, with a 2-point bucket at 63-61. Kopic into the corner, Lusher. Lusher 3-ball, in and out, no good. Rebound, Belis. Belis, Bleeker. Bleeker out front, 18 to shoot. So Lusher took a three from the corner. Kopic, 15-footer. That one's halfway down and pops out. Couple refusing to drop for the defenders. And now Northwestern with a chance to tie with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. 8:28 remaining. Carlson out front, guarded by Rankin. Carlson in traffic, gets it away to Sturck, and we've got a foul called on the floor. Before he could get the shot up, Camden Belis whistled for the personal. And for Camden, that's number 3. Viss and Fairclaw are in. Belis and Bleeker are out. 8:21 left to go in the contest. Northwestern inbounding under the basket, left side of the lane. Mosier back to Booth. Booth with it in the corner. Booth back over out front to Carlson. He wants a ball screen. Carlson working, guarded by Rankin, and it's tapped and stolen away by Rankin. Rankin with the steal. Rankin with the layup. Good. Luke Rankin with a steal in the bucket. He's got 9, and the Dordt lead is 65-61. 8:01 remaining in regulation. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 60 seconds.
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today. Serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
(65-61), the Dordt defenders with the lead. Northwestern with the basketball. Dordt called that timeout. They've got 4 timeouts remaining, as does Northwestern. I'd like to welcome in all of our viewers and also those listening to us via KIHK and watching on the Dordt Media Network. Again, can't stress enough how happy we are with this partnership between between Dordt University and Sioux County Radio. Craig Sturck, jump hook in the lane, shot no good, but Ben Fairclaw is going to be called for a foul on the putback attempt. And Zach Lefebvre will go to the free throw line where he will shoot 2 free throws. Lefebvre kept it alive, and Fairclaw, I think, had a clean block initially, and then the follow-through got Lefebvre on the arm. 65-62 as Lefebvre knocks down the first one. Second one is good as well. 4 points for Lefebvre, 65-63, 7:45 left to go in the game. Ball deflected out by Northwestern and Lefebvre. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dordt throws it in. With the basketball is Rankin. Rankin with it on the wing. Rankin back over to Kopic. Kopic right side Fairclaw. Fairclaw, Lusher. Lusher picks up his dribble, gets it away to Kopic. 10 to shoot for the defenders. Kopic back to Jackson. Jackson, Lusher back to Kopic. Kopic 3, missed, no good. Here comes Northwestern in transition. Ball deflected, take it away. Viss grabs it off the deflection. Coming up with the basketball is Bryce Kopic. Kopic with it across half court. Kopic gets it back over to Rankin. Rankin with the ball. Rankin to Viss. Viss to Kopic, and it's taken away by Lefebvre. It's taken back by Viss. Here comes Rankin. Busted play. Rankin on the run. Back to Lusher. Lusher in the lane, and he is fouled on the play. Jackson Lusher hesitated and got fouled. And that's going to go on Mosier. That's number 2 on him. A little ragged there the last couple of possessions. And Jackson Lusher will now go to the free throw line to try and knock down a couple of free throws. 0 for 2 tonight, and now 1 for 3. Another one on the way for Jackson Lusher. Well, we had almost 2,000 viewers of our women's contest, and our men's game is going to end up being somewhere in that neighborhood as well. So thank you for joining us on a Wednesday night in December. Lusher makes both free throws. It's 67-63. Still a long ways to go in this one. A lot of work to do. That's team foul number 6, by the way, on Northwestern on that possession. So Dordt will be shooting free throws from here on out. Keaton Mosier with the basketball. Dordt by 4. Mosier guarded there by Viss. Comes to Carlson. Carlson hesitates. Carlson in the lane. Back over to Booth. Booth high arching 3, no good. Rebound Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. This is interesting. Got Lorenzen and Lusher on the floor together. Rankin, right hand side, still has his dribble. 18 to shoot. Viss, they go to Fairclough. Fairclough to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin to Ben. Ben Fairclough into the corner. Lusher, 9 to shoot. 8, 7. Lusher in traffic. Gets it to go, and he is fouled. Jackson Lusher just trying to pound the rock and get into the lane, and eventually gets one to go, and he got fouled. Lusher going in against Booth, and Booth trying to hold him off. So 3-point play opportunity here for Lusher. Trying to stretch it to 7. Too strong, no good. And it's a 6-point ball game, 69-63. Dordt's in the Dordt shooting free throws from here on out. We'll see how much of a factor that is. Booth with the basketball into the corner. Onken. Onken wants to hand it back to Booth. Instead dribbles into the lane. Gets the return pass. 13 to shoot. 5:40 left to go in the game. Dordt by 6. Driving in Geddes. Geddes, short jumper, good. Connor Geddes leaned into Ben Fairclough. Got a little bit of separation and gets the shot to go. Short shot in the lane. 5:20 remaining in regulation. Viss to Lorenzen. Lorenzen driving in, cut off Rankin. 15 to shoot. Comes back to Viss. Viss with it. 10 to shoot. Viss back to Lucas. Lorenzen pulls up. Kick out pass on the slip to Lorenzen. To Viss. Shot no good. And here comes Northwestern again, down by 4 with the basketball. Sturck leans in. His left-handed shot is good. And Craig Sturck with 12 points, 8 in the second half, cuts it down to a 2-point ball game again, 69-67. 4:55 left to go in the game. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Let's take a 30-second break. Dordt basketball after the timeout, and the defenders will inbound to Luke Rankin. Rankin will walk it up with the defenders leading by 2. Pass goes left side over to Jackson Lusher. Lusher with the basketball, picks up his dribble. Looks like Northwestern changing up their defense. Here's Viss. Viss on the left-hand side. So Lorenzen now has it in the half court for Dordt. Bryce Kopic, Euro step, right-handed layup, good. Bryce Kopic with 15. and the defenders lead 71-67. Right side pass, it goes Carlson. Carlson puts it on the deck against Rankin, high off of the glass, good. Dylan Carlson, second half. He's got a dozen, 71-69. Dordt with the basketball, 4:10 remaining. Jacob Viss out front with it. Jacob Viss picks up his dribble, passes to Rankin. Rankin against DeMolinaire. Kopic, back it goes Viss, and it's taken away by Sturck on the steal. Sturck to Onken. Onken with the basketball. Onken to the trailer Sturck. Sturck against Lorenzen. Sturck will put it on the floor. Spin move, 10-footer, missed it, no good. And now Sturck is called for a foul on the offensive rebound attempt. Craig Sturck has just been called for his third foul. And free throws on the other end, a 1-and-1 for Jackson Lusher. Lusher tonight 2 of 4, normally a pretty good free throw shooter. Tonight struggling just a touch. 2 of 5 so far. Beg your pardon, 2 of 4. This is his 5th free throw. Free throw is up and good. 5 points off of the bench for Jackson Lusher, 72-69, pending another free throw. Remind you that Wireless World brings you tonight's contest. They're your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Lusher makes them both. 73-69. Now you need a defensive stop. 3:40 left to go in the ball game. Carlson backdoor cut, coming away with it. Geddes to Onken. Onken in the lane, rolls it in. Matt Onken with another 2. He's got 15. Dordt leads 73-71. You've got a couple of coaches, one on each bench with both of them have over 500 career wins. Kopic floater left it short, no good. Rebound controlled by Northwestern. Northwestern with the basketball. So Northwestern with a chance to take the lead with a 3. A 2 ties it. Carlson with it on the right-hand side. He's going to pull the trigger. 3 for the lead, good. Dylan Carlson with his third 3. He's got 19. And the defenders trail 74-73. First time the defenders have trailed since it was 8-6. Lucas Lorenzen with the basketball, guarded by Carlson. Comes back to Rankin. Rankin 3, answering, you bet. Luke Rankin with 12. Dordt leads 76-74. Here comes Northwestern. 2.5 left to go in the game. Northwestern with the basketball. Carlson back to Geddes. Geddes for the lead, no good. Rebound tapped and controlled by Viss. Viss will turn and hand it off to Rankin. And Jacob will walk up to the floor. He is breathing hard, is Viss. Rankin looks to the sideline, and Dordt wants a timeout. Timeout on the floor, so Dordt got to stop. Northwestern elected for a quick 3. The defenders secure a rebound. And now the defenders call a timeout. They have 3 remaining. So this timeout is brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. A quick glance around the conference. Men's play, Concordia leading Mount Marty with 4 minutes remaining, 76-61. Morningside leading Briarcliff 62-51 with just under 7 minutes remaining. Hastings leads Midland 55-52. That's in men's basketball with 5:14 remaining. And Jamestown over Valley City State with 7.5 left to go in the game. Non-conference play 81-72. Dordt 30 of 64 from the floor for 47%, 11 of 22 on threes, 5 of 9 on free throws. Northwestern 29 of 58 from the floor, 50%, 11 of 25 on threes, 44%. 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 83%. Turnovers, Northwestern 11, Dordt has 8. Rebounds thus far, Northwestern with a slight 34-32 rebounding edge. Bryce Kopic with the basketball to throw it in front of the scorer's bench. He gets it into Luke Rankin. Rankin has the ball, 2:10 left to go in regulation. Left side pass goes to Rankin. Rankin with it. Rankin throws it into the post to Viss. Viss has to go get it in the corner. Viss with the right hand, unable to finish. got where he wanted to go, but it was short, and here comes Northwestern. DeMolinaire with the basketball. DeMolinaire gives it off to Onken. Onken with it. Onken back to Geddes. Geddes against Bleeker into the corner. Carlson three, no good. But a foul on the play called on Luke Rankin. So Rankin gets called for the foul. Dylan Carlson will go to the free throw line to shoot three, and Luke Rankin was actually on the floor when that foul was called. And by on the floor, I don't mean standing on the floor. He was laying on the floor, and they called him. I don't know if he was in the way as Carlson came down. Carlson makes the first free throw. He's got another one on the way, makes that one as well. And now can give Northwestern a 1-point lead. So Carlson shooting the free throw, and Carlson makes all three. Northwestern back in front, 77-76. Luke Rankin with the basketball, brings it up, 90 seconds left to play in the game. Right side it goes Bleeker. Bleeker throws it in for Viss. Viss against Stirk. Back out front, Lorenzen. Lorenzen with a left hand, no good. Rebound, and Viss is fouled on the play by Stirk. Stirk whistled for the foul on the rebound. That's number 4 on him. And Jacob Viss will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. Well, you need these if you're Dordt. 1:20 left to go. Trying to reestablish the lead, and Viss's free throw is good. Viss with 14. We're tied at 77 all. Another free throw on the way. That foul came on the rebound. That was foul number 4 on Stirk, and now Viss makes both free throws. Dordt leads 78-77, 1:17 remaining. Northwestern with the basketball, Carlson. Carlson right side, DeMolinaire. DeMolinaire back out front, Carlson. Carlson quick trigger three, good. Dylan Carlson gives Northwestern an 80-78 lead. Rankin with the basketball, under a minute to go in regulation, Dordt down 2. Rankin driving in with the left hand, lays it up, good, we're tied. 80-80, Northwestern basketball. So Luke Rankin now with 14, 80 all, 43 seconds remaining. Left side pass, Onken. They go to Stirk. Stirk with it, back to Carlson. Carlson three, no good, rebound defenders. 3-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Rankin will walk it up for the defenders. He gets it across the timeline. 80-80 our score, 19 seconds on the shot clock. Rankin with the basketball. 17 seconds now, 13 on the shot clock. Now 10, Rankin still dribbling, 9, 8, gets a ball screen out front. Rankin driving in, kicks it into the corner. Lorenzen three, too strong, no good. 3 seconds left, Stirk into the front court. Carlson lost it, throws up the desperation shot. We're headed to overtime. Got the shot they wanted, a corner three, and it was a pretty good look for the defenders, and Lucas Lorenzen sent it just long, and we are tied as we head to the extra session. 80-80 our score. So we've got a break. Let's take a 60-second break. We'll be back with the first overtime right after this. You're listening to KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. 80-80 our scores. We head to overtime. 5 minutes up on the clock. Dylan Carlson, 21 points in the second half, 25 for the ball game, leading Northwestern. Bryce Kopic and Jacob Biss with 15 each for the defenders, and Dordt controls the opening tap. Rankin goes left side, Kopic back over to Bleeker. Bleeker with the basketball. Dort's led by as many as 14 here in the second half. Led by as many as 14 in the first half. Jacob Biss backing his way in. His shot with the right hand is good. Craig Sturck unable to challenge with 4 personal fouls. And he lets it play out. DeMolinaire pass left corner. They give it underneath Onken. Onken in traffic, and he lost it. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Northwestern. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dordt gets the ball back. Cade Bleeker on the help defense down low, able to knock it free. And it's last touch by Northwestern. It's Dordt basketball. Luke Rankin brings it up the floor. Passes over to Cade Bleeker. Bleeker gives it up Kopic. Kopic with the basketball looking for the cutter. Instead goes over to Bleeker. Bleeker right side. They go down low for Jacob Biss. Biss to Luke. Rankin pass down low. And it is tipped by Sturck. Saved in by Sturck. Coming up with it is Geddes. Geddes right side Onken. Onken with the basketball. Onken with it on the wing. Onken back over to Geddes. 3:50 left to go. Dordt leading by 2, 82-80. This is the first overtime session. Onken working his way in against Biss, and Biss blocks the shot, and Onken is fouled on the play. Onken fouls on the play. Jacob Biss will shoot 2 free throws on the other end. So now Northwestern with 2 players with 4 fouls each. So they've got to navigate foul trouble. Can't afford to take them off the floor. Sturck and Onken, 2 very critical components for this team at this point. First free throw on the way for Biss is up and through. Jacob knocks the first one down. He's got 18. Trying to make it a 2-possession ball game now. 83-80, Dordt by 3. Second free throw on the way for Jacob is off the side of the iron, no good. It's a 3-point ball game. 83-80, so it's just a Dylan Carlson 3 from being tied. Carlson has been lights out here in the second half. Working against Kopic, gets the pass to Sturck. Sturck to Geddes. Geddes with the basketball. Sturck wants to be the hero, misses it, no good. Rebound cleared by Bleeker. Bleeker with the basketball. 3:15 remaining. I don't know. If I'm Northwestern, I want Dylan Carlson touching it every time he's down the floor. Luke Rankin with the basketball working against Geddes, and we've got a timeout charge to the defenders. Coach Brian Van Haften saw something he did not like on that offensive play. So a timeout charge to the defenders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Quentin Olson. I'm from Homeland, Wisconsin, and my favorite thing about the Dordt Media Network is that all the productions are student ran. With little guidance, we get to do everything you see on the screen by ourselves. I'd like to shout out my friends and family back home. Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
My name is Sean Solano. I'm a junior here at Dordt, and I'm from Managua, Nicaragua. I love working for the Dordt Media Network because the people I get to work with, learning the amazing camera operating system, and being able to watch all the games, especially a great way to spend my Fridays and Saturdays. Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
2 weeks ago, police got a report of a missing person. A week ago, another body turned up. And then just 4 days ago, a third body showed up.
How has the town reacted?
Well, we're terrified.
But if it really was the killer that sent you this...
I know it seems sketchy, but...
Liz, you'll get yourself killed out there.
Dordt basketball, Bryce Kopic to throw it in with 3:03 remaining in the overtime. This to Kopic, Bryce with the basketball. Bryce in traffic, off the glass, good. Bryce Kopic muscling his way in, 17 points for him, 85-80. So Dordt with a 5-point lead. Northwestern with the basketball looking for an answer. 2:47 left to play. Kopic guarding Carlson. This is Onken. Onken gives it to Geddes. Geddes, 3 is up and good. Geddes with the three. He's got 19, and the Dordt lead is 85-83. So just like that, the 5-point lead whittled down to 2 with one big cut. Rankin comes back, left side, Kopic beyond the three-point line. Dribbles to the top of the key. He's inside the circle now. Passes left side, Bleeker, 10 to shoot. Now Lorenzen with the basketball, trying to post up Onken, 5. This, top of the key, 3, missed it, no good. Rebound cleared by Northwestern, and they can take the lead with a 3. A 2 ties it. 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Northwestern basketball. They throw it to Stirk. Stirk to Molinare. Molinare with the basketball. To Molinare to Carlson. Carlson 3, no good. Rebound Bleeker. Bleeker hands it off to Rankin. A rare miss here in the second half by Carlson. Carlson for the ball game now 5 of 11 from the three-point line. And the Dordt defenders lead 85-83 with the basketball. 15 to shoot. Rankin pulls it out. Gets it back over to Kopic. 10 seconds. He's working against Molinare. Kopic 3, missed it, no good. Rebound controlled by Northwestern. So the Raiders bring it back the other way, and Northwestern's going to call the timeout with 1:18 left in the overtime session. This timeout is brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Coming up Saturday, more Dordt basketball as the defenders face Dakota Wesleyan. GPAC play. It'll be a 2 o'clock start time for the women and a 3:45 start time or so for the men. Northwestern has the basketball on this game reset. 1:18 left to play. The defenders with 4 team fouls, so they've got a couple of fouls to give. Both teams have 3 timeouts. Dordt's in the double bonus from here on out as well. The defenders as a team, 8 of 13 from the free throw line. Northwestern, 8 of 9. Both teams in the mid to upper 40s shooting from the floor. And Northwestern using this timeout. So the defenders leading by 2, 85-83. Northwestern led briefly near the end of regulation at 73-69. Back it up. They led 74-73, 77-76, and 80-78. Dordt tied it to send it to overtime at 80 all. Scored the first 5 points of the overtime session, and then moments ago, Connor Geddes converts the 3 to get him on the board here in the overtime. And Dordt now playing defense. Northwestern with the basketball. 1:13 and counting. Left side pass, Carlson. Carlson, they give it in to Stirk. Stirk guarded there by Lorenzen. Stirk fading away off the rim, no good. Rebound taken away by Bleeker. Bleeker with the basketball, back over to Rankin. Rankin will walk it up. 56 seconds remaining. Dordt has 3 timeouts left. Rankin goes left side, Bleeker. Dordt needs a bucket. Turn this into a 2-possession ball game. Rankin comes back to Kopic. Kopic looking down low for Viss. Bryce into the lane. Bryce, short jumper, 10-footer, good. He willed that one through. 19 points for Kopic. Dordt leads 87-83. 30 seconds remaining. If you're Dordt, now you can play a little bit of the foul game if you want. Carlson, 3, missed it, no good. Rebound, Rankin, and Rankin is fouled on the play by Dylan Carlson. Carlson whistled for his 3rd. Luke Rankin will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 and can turn it into a 6-point ball game with 23.4 seconds remaining. I see some folks pulling jackets on. Maybe I've been doing this too long. There's still work to do. 23.4 seconds remaining. Free throw on the way for Rankin. First one is up and good for the sophomore point guard. 15 points for Rankin. And the Dordt defenders lead 88-83, and they call the timeout to talk things over. 23.4 seconds remaining in the overtime. This timeout is brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. So this will be just a 30-second timeout. I think we're all set on our breaks. 88-83, Dordt by 5, and a chance to make it 6 here. And yeah, that's 6. You're still talking just simply a 2-possession ball game. And Northwestern has, I feel, 2 players that are real three-point threats in Geddes and Carlson. They are a combined 10 of 20 tonight from the arc. Matt Onken, 3 for 3, so I guess you've got 3 who you feel pretty comfortable with taking the long shot. Free throw by Rankin is good. He's a 67% free throw shooter entering the game, 10 of 14 now. Dordt leads it. Geddes, 3, good. There you go. Half of it gone. Connor Geddes knocks down the triple. It's 89-86, and Dordt needs to inbound now. So a timeout, and there's 17.8 seconds left. So Northwestern can play for the steal here. They can stretch it out. Now, we saw their women's team concede, I thought, relatively early, didn't play the foul game. Northwestern obviously in a foul situation here if Dordt can get the ball inbounded. That's the first thing you got to do. Now, we also saw on Saturday, if you're a Dordt fan, we saw the defenders not handle these situations so well against Midland on Saturday afternoon. Hopefully, and take a few things away from that game. Morningside has just beaten Briarcliff 76-70. Hastings has beaten Midland 68-63. And Concordia beat Mount Marty by 22, 86-64. Bleecker will inbound the basketball. So Cade to throw it in, gets it into to Kopic, and Kopic is fouled immediately by Caleb Booth. So Booth commits the personal. And Bryce Kopic will go to the free throw line. The defenders, in case you're curious, 75% from the field, from the free throw line this season. Pretty good free throw shooting team as a whole. 19 points for Kopic. 2 free throws here. First one is up and good. 20 points for Kopic to lead the defenders. Makes it a 2-possession ball game again. Now what we've got the question at the table. I think Northwestern was asking about clock stoppage. It's about all I can come up with here, and they say that that's okay. 17.1 seconds remaining. Another free throw on the way for Kopic. Bryce, free throw, short, rolls in. Kopic makes them both. 21 points for Bryce, 91-86. And Jackson Lusher commits a foul as soon as they get the ball across half court. That's team foul number 5 on the defenders. Dordt can do that one more time, take a little more time off of the clock. Northwestern inbounding the basketball. This is Connor Geddes. And Geddes looking. Demolinaire with it. They throw it. Geddes, 3, good. Connor Geddes with his third 3 of the overtime. 25 for the ball game. It's 91-89. 9.8 seconds remaining. And another timeout is used. 9.8 seconds left. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Earlier tonight, you heard the Dordt Defender women come away with a victory. 65-55. Well, Connor Geddes, he was looking for his shot back in Thanksgiving weekend. I think he scored 1 point one night. Single digits the next day as well. Just didn't get it going, but he's the one player that I talked about with someone else earlier today. I said he's the kind who he comes out and throws 20 in or even 15. It changes the complexion of the game. Well, Connor Geddes here tonight, 7 threes. He's got 25. He shares game honors with Dylan Carlson. So Dordt's inbounding with 9.8 seconds remaining. Dordt still has a foul to give on the defensive end. So if you're Dordt, first order of business is inbound it. Second is hang on to it because you're probably going to get fouled. Cade Bleeker throwing it in, gets it into Rankin. Rankin to Kopic, and Kopic is fouled on the play. DeMolinaire commits the personal. And Bryce Kopic will shoot 2 more free throws. 8.4 seconds remaining. Northwestern has 1 timeout remaining. Dordt has 2. Dordt has a foul to give. And Bryce Kopic can make it a 2-possession ball game with 2 made free throws. First one is up, good. Well, 3-point lead. I'll take that. 1 more would make you feel a lot better, though. Let's see if the junior from Haywarden can add to his 22-point night, and it's good. 4 for 4 is Kopic. 44 of 54 this season. And the defenders clinging to a 93-89 lead. 8.4 seconds remaining. Northwestern's got to go the length of the floor to begin with, and then they've got to score twice, unless you've got something really goofy happening. So we've got a timeout charged to Dordt. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Got hockey on Friday and Saturday night as well for you Defender hockey fans. And how about those, the hockey team? They've clinched their division of the MACHA. A lot of home games to benefit from as well for that Defender hockey team. They're playing Friday night at 7 o'clock and Saturday again at 1. Dordt leading 93-89, trying to hang on to the win earlier tonight. As I said, Dordt women beat Northwestern 65-55. Dordt was led by Carly Gustafson, another double-double for the senior. 23 points, 10 rebounds, and a couple assists. 11 points for Bailey Beckman. Dordt overcomes a subpar shooting evening. Jeannie Schoenhoven solid as always, 10 points and 8 rebounds with 2 assists. And Macy Sievers, 6 points and 6 assists. So Dordt will play defense. Northwestern, Grant DeMolinaire will throw it. It's taken away by Rankin, and Dordt's going to win it. That's the ball game. Dordt with the basketball, and Luke Rankin gives Dordt a 93-89 win as he hands the ball off to the official after the interception on the pass into the front court. Dordt improves to 3-2 in the conference. Northwestern falls to 2-3. 7-4 overall, while Dordt goes to 10-2. Dordt will be hosting Dakota Wesleyan on Saturday in their next action. So let's take a 2-minute break on both the Dordt Media Network and KIHK, and we'll be back with the Wireless World post-game show right after this 2-minute timeout.
Here at Dordt University, we have tremendous support from the local community and from Defender Nation across the country. The Defender Gold Club is a byproduct of that support and enables our student athletes to perform at the highest level.
As a Defender Gold Club member, you are helping our athletes pursue championships while also helping them grow physically, mentally, spiritually, and academically.
The Defender Gold Club supports the university's mission by equipping student athletes to strive for excellence in all areas of life while having a transforming experience in athletics.
Join us in supporting the growth of our student athletes through joining the Gold Club and making a gift that supports scholarships, team trips, or facility enhancements.
We invite Defender Nation to support our athletes and become a Defender Gold Club member.
Partner with us in supporting all sports or sport of your choice. Your support makes a difference. Join the Defender Gold Club today.
People like you help us believe in a bold future for Dordt University athletics. Thank you, and go Defenders.
Go Defenders!
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, where the Dordt Defenders have just pulled off the sweep of Northwestern in men's basketball, 93-89, coupling that with the women's win earlier tonight of 65-55. Dordt needed overtime to get by Northwestern tonight in men's play. Dordt led most of the second half, and then Northwestern's Dylan Carlson and Connor Geddes got going from the three-point arc. Carlson had 5 3-pointers. Geddes had 7, 3 of them in the overtime session to keep them in the game. But in the end, Dordt took care of the basketball, made free throws, and they survive for the win. And their second nail-biter in a row as they secure the 93-89 overtime win over Northwestern. Dordt led at halftime 40-32, and then the second half began, and let's run those highlights if you want on the Dordt Media Network, and we'll talk about the second half as those highlights run. As I said, Dylan Carlson got it going in the second half. 21 points in the second half for the senior. The defenders able to answer back. Jacob Viss got free on the backside of a baseline out of bounds play for one of his 2 second half field goals. Luke Rankin a timely 3 as well. He ends up with 16 points unofficially, but Connor Geddes, 7 of 10 from the 3-point arc, and he helped Northwestern force overtime, kept him in it in the overtime, but wasn't enough. Bryce Kopic ends up willing the defenders to a victory. A couple of field goals in the overtime for Kopic. He had 8 points in the overtime, all totaled 23 points for the ball game for the junior from Hawarden, Iowa. Here are your numbers. Dordt, 34 of 73 from the floor, 47%. 11 of 25 for threes, 44%. 14 of 19 on free throws, 74%. Dordt also had both teams had 39 rebounds. Turnovers, Dordt had 9, and Northwestern had 13. Luke Rankin had 16 points for Dordt on 6 of 13 shooting. Bryce Kopic, 23 points, 4 of 4 from the free throw line to help seal the win. Cade Bleeker with 12 points. Lucas Lorenzen with 10 points and 7 rebounds. Jacob Viss, 18 points and 8 rebounds to go with 2 assists and 2 steals and a block shot. Jacob Viss had a full night this evening. Jackson Lusher, 6 points, all in the second half. Ends up with 4 free throws as well. Trey Hinote with a 3, Ben Fairclough with a 3, Camden Belis with a 2 for Dordt's 93. For Northwestern, Geddes and Carlson with 25 each. Onken 15 points, Craig Sturck with 14, 4 each for Lefebvre and Mosier, and 2 for Caleb Booth. The Dordt defenders with an overtime win, 93-89, and Bryce Kopic takes a seat beside me. And first off, Bryce, you guys just like making it close, like to work overtime and have those close games. 2 wins in a row and exhilarating, I'm sure, but great win tonight in a rivalry contest.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's plenty of work to be done, Mike. And obviously we're not coming out great in second halves, but I mean, we're getting a lot of contribution from a lot of different guys. And I mean, I think we got room to grow, but I'm excited for where we're going.
You end up going to overtime, and you get a lead. I believe it was Jacob Viss got a bucket, you got a couple of buckets, and then it comes down to free throws. Do you want that opportunity in a close game at the free throw line?
Absolutely, and I think this team's got a blessing where we got a lot of guys that can step up to that line. And I mean, tonight it was me, and but Cade and Luke, those guys have got it too. I mean, it makes it hard to guard at the end of the game.
Against Midland, end-of-game situations didn't go well for your team. I'd imagine that was addressed, talked about. Going through that on Saturday, does that help you going into a game like tonight in terms of, okay, we did these things, we can do some other things better? Did that help you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every game you learn something new, and when you have close games down the stretch, especially in this conference, I mean, you're definitely learning a lot and getting better, and I think we're going to continue to see that as the season goes along.
Bryce, thank you for coming up. Congratulations. It got a little bit rolling here. Let's see if we can pick up another one on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. Thanks, Mike.
That's Bryce Kopic, a junior from Hayward, Iowa, and boy, he's the newest member of the 1,000 Point Club. He's going to be stopping in, and we're going to visit about that on Friday as well and get an interview up on our podcast page. And Brian Van Haften takes a seat beside me, and Coach Van Haften, you get to overtime, you got to make free throws. How do you feel with Bryce Kopic going to the free throw line?
Yeah, I'm always happy he's on the foul line. I'm happy with most of the guys on the foul line, to be honest. I think we do a really good job of that, and Bryce really stepped up there. Luke Rankin made a couple of them too, and I think he went 6 for 6 down the stretch. And yeah, I believe in those guys, and I thought Luke and Bryce had really good games today.
Good guards really take care of a lot of problems for coaches, don't they?
Absolutely, man. It's not even a question. I mean, you've got to have guys that can make some plays when it breaks down, because everybody knows every play that's coming, and so you've got to have guys that can break it down. And Luke and Bryce really had some good plays in the second half to break us open a little, and we hung in there. I mean, man, Dylan Carlson and Connor Geddes were great tonight. I mean, Connor Geddes made 7 threes, and I don't think he's had 7 threes in the last 7 games. I mean, he was great tonight. And he shot it really well. I thought we even guarded him well a couple of times. And Dylan Carlson has been playing like this all year long, and I thought he played really well tonight too. Made some deep threes when they really needed them, but our guys hung in there. Did a good job. Jake had a nice game again. Yeah, it's a good game by our guys.
Jake Viss, and you get to the end of the night, and he's got those 15 or 16 points. He's got 8 rebounds. You wonder if he's going to make it up and down the floor one more time. And I think the old man kind of plays it up just a little bit as well to see if he can get people off guard. But my goodness, he has put together a great senior year thus far.
He's been great. Cam has too. Both of our post players have done what they're capable of doing this year. Jacob is just solid, positive. He's a great leader for our team. I'm really happy for Jacob. He's really having a good year.
Dakota Wesleyan on Saturday, and I said during the pregame show, this men's side, the women, there's a little bit of separation and kind of an order to things. The men's side, everybody's got 1 and 2 losses already. Very important contest. Dakota Wesleyan, a very capable team coming in here on Saturday afternoon.
Dakota Wesleyan's awesome. I mean, Colin Oppold is just having a heck of a year. I mean, the last couple of games, he's just been tremendous, and I don't know how we'll guard him, so we'll just get on to the next thing and get on to the next game. But yeah, everyone's playing well, everyone's tough, and yeah, we just got to keep fighting day in and day out, go one game at a time.
I'll let you go. We'll see you on Saturday.
All right, buddy. Hey, I was really glad my son made it up here tonight. It was nice to have him here at the game tonight, and so that makes me happy. You know, we just want to keep giving glory to God for everything that our guys do, for everything that they are, how great they are to each other, and just a great group of guys. And I just want to give glory to God for those guys.
That's Coach Brian Van Haften, and the Dordt Defenders coming away with an overtime victory tonight, 93-89 in overtime. Here are the men's basketball scores. Everything's final. Concordia defeats Mount Marty 86-64. Morningside a winner over Briar Cliff 76-70. Hastings over Midland 68-61. Jamestown a winner in non-conference play 102-86. And in the game you just got done listening to, Dordt defeats Northwestern in overtime 93-89. Women's game, Dordt won as well 65-55. We'll do it again Saturday afternoon. Dordt versus Dakota Wesleyan. We'll start things off with the women's game at 2, followed by the men at 3:45. So it's time to roll the credits. Thank you to Carson Schubert back at the Sioux County Radio Studios, keeping things afloat this evening. Also, thank you to Rich Lodewijk and the Dordt Media Network crew and their yeoman's work once again here this evening. And our coaches, Brian Van Haften and Bill Harmson, both making their way up and visiting with us and getting their post-game comments. We thank them for that as well. That'll do it for KIHK, Dordt Media Network, and all of those folks. I'm Mike Biker. Have a good evening.